Hey there, it's your favorite remote work enthusiast, Delilah, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm back with some more hot leads, and these are gonna close very, very fast. So I'm not gonna play with y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get right on into it. But make sure you take care of business by hitting that subscribe button and tapping the notification bell and selecting all. That way YouTube tells you every time that I post a video. I post right here, Monday through Friday. So if you wanna work from home, lock it on in. You're gonna be glad that you did. And now it is time for us to jump in. All right, so jumping on in here, the first hot lead I'm gonna share comes from a new to this channel company called Conservation Legacy. And I ran to their Glassdoor to see what they are all about. And this is a sizable company, 201 to 500 employees. They're an organization that is a nonprofit based out of Colorado. And it says that they engage future leaders who protect, restore, and enhance our nation's lands through community-based service. So they are a conservation agency and they're trying to protect land, and they also have other programs connected to them in other locations. So that's pretty cool. You know, we got to take care of our earth, you know, we only get one. So jumping into the hot lead, they are currently hiring for a nonprofit agreements coordinator. This is a clerical data entry typing role, which I thought was awesome. The pay is going to be $20.40 to $21.01 per hour. Go ahead and ask them for that $21.01 per hour. Yes, give me my 1 cent. Now, they also let us know that this is going to be open through January 26th. So this lead isn't going to close right away based off of what they said. But something tells me if you guys are giving them like tons and tons of applications, they may close this sooner. But this one should stay open for a little while. So just giving you a heads up in case you're like, I haven't heard anything back. They let us know, hey, we're going to be collecting applications until this date. So, you know, just letting you guys know. Now, getting into the highlights of this role, because I have multiple more leads to share with y'all. They let us know that the agreements coordinator will work closely with the business manager to ensure the compliance on all facets of federal and non-federal agreements for multiple conservation programs. And so it says the position will assist with accurately entering agreements and supporting documents into the organization's database, and will work with the business manager to ensure program and finance reports are submitted by deadlines. Additionally, the agreements coordinator will play a key role in invoicing for programs. So you're going to enter agreements and projects into the database in an accurate and timely manner. You're going to support programs to ensure that related data is accurately entered, and monitor agreement expiration dates and funding levels, and coordinate with the business manager to communicate with program staff as needed. So to qualify for this role, they let us know that you need to have ability to successfully work in a fluid changing work environment, proven experience with data integrity, database management experience required, Salesforce is a plus, familiarity with federal cooperative agreements is preferred, so that's nice to have, but not required, ability to operate Microsoft Office programs, ability to keep others and oneself in remote locations accountable to expectations, must be able to pass the organization's criminal check, and then exhibits the ability to effectively collaborate with diverse teams. So that is the lead, you guys. And as you can see, there is a lot of clerical work involved. Okay, you're handling these agreements for all these conservation organizations. You're entering information into their database. So it's not just typing. There is an element of coordination where you got to keep track of these documents. You got to keep track of expiration dates. You got to, coordinate with another person, the business manager, and, the program staff. So that is, what makes this job pay more than what you typically would see for like a data entry role. This is administration. And in administration, there's a ton of data entry. And a lot of times we don't even think about looking in that place when we're trying to find a typing job, but that is absolutely where you want to look, because there's a gold mine waiting to be discovered. So if you're like, I love this, Delilah, I can do all that, The apply button is at the top right, and we have a template for you. Okay, the remote resume builder software really is your go-to. You guys, we created this software to not only make it easy to customize your resumes and cover letters, but to quickly get your application in. There's a component of speed that is required for these remote positions. If you've ever been watching my videos and you're like, I want to get my application in, and you go to click on the link and it doesn't take you anywhere, it's because once these companies get all the applications they need, they shut it down. That's a good thing, okay? That's a very good thing. That means that they're watching that application, they're on it, and they're trying to, move forward. So they're not just collecting applications like these ghost jobs we hear about. So if you want to be in the number before these jobs close, you gotta have speed, but you also gotta put your best foot forward. That's why the remote resume builder software and the templates are so important. And I highly recommend using the administrative coordinator resume template for this role. This template is perfect for getting across the point that not only can you meet deadlines, you can coordinate with other departments, but you can also do the clerical process, which is the data entry, the Microsoft Office, the inputting, stuff into the system stuff. So this is your best jumping off point. And we know we got to add our razzle dazzle. Even if you're applying to a million coordinator positions, everyone is looking for a little something different. So I would use this template, and I would make sure that when I am customizing my template, I make mention if I have any experience with the things that they say down here, who they're looking for. So of course, Microsoft Office is already on there. If you have ever worked in a federal environment, that's something you would want to put. If you know, like, hey, I can handle data integrity, I'm not compromising data, I'm not, doing any sort of data breaches, okay? You want to put that in there. There's a lot of ways that you can tweak your resume, customize it to speak more specifically to these positions and make the hiring manager want to hire you. And of course, you want to pair it with the administrative coordinator cover letter template, and you are good to go. So you can get access to these templates, plus the ones you see here and ones that are in the software that you don't see here, for just $1 during our 7-day try before you buy trial. You can try it out, see if the software works for you. It is easy peasy to use, and it's really a great way to get your application in. And you can see from this video, you're going to get your own private dashboard. When you want to use a template, you're starting from a finished product just like this. You're just going to go into the builder, make the information true to you, switch stuff out, and then boom, you are ready to download and get your application in. It is only $37 per month after the trial if you want to continue using it. And I'll tell you, most folks use the software during their entire job search because it makes that big of a difference. So take me up on it, see for yourself if it works out for you. And now let's jump into the second hot lead. So the second hot lead is from a company called J.J. Keller and Associates. This is a company that specializes in helping businesses protect themselves. They've been around since 1953. They're pretty large, 1,001 to 5,000 employees, and people seem to really enjoy working here. Now, they are currently hiring for a document processor position, and all the leads on their website have the location of their office. This says work from home in the US, and they don't give us any other indication as to where you can and cannot do this job. Now, I cited some other leads just to be sure that, hey, this looks like it's US wide, and it does seem to pan out, because in another lead, they make sure to let you know that you need to be local to this area. So if they aren't hiring US wide, at least I'm putting it out there because it looks like they're, hiring US wide, but they kind of have it a little bit confusing on there. So I'm just putting this out there, okay? You can do with this information what you want to do with it. So getting on into it, this is again for their document processor position. They have both full-time and part-time hours available, and they let you know that the pay is $18.50 per hour. You get paid time off, company holidays, and benefits. And they also let you know that the requirements really aren't crazy. You need a high school diploma or GED, 1 year of experience in a general office setting. And if you don't have that, in lieu of that, you will be considered if you have a combination of experience and post-secondary education. So that would be like college, maybe if you have your associate, and definitely if you have your bachelor's. You must be proficient with the computer and have strong organizational skills and attention to detail, which makes total sense because you're handling documentation. Now, they also get into the different hours. If you're going to do full time, they tell you what the shifts and the hours will be. They also tell you the training hours, which is awesome. And they do the same thing for their part-time roles, which I absolutely love. I know a lot of us would love that 8 to 2 p.m. Eastern shift. And, you working Tuesday through Saturday, or that 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. shift Monday through Friday. Like, hey, that's awesome. So what you're doing in this role, they let us know that you're going to be responsible for auditing various documents on behalf of our clients and notating discrepancies in the system. And so this is someone who's going to have to be really good with repetitious work. Okay, you got to thrive in an independent environment and doesn't desire customer interaction. You're speaking our language, JJ Keller. Like, none of us want customer interaction just about. So you're handling documents and, making sure that everything is taken care of in a timely manner. And so what kind of documentation are you handling? Well, they get more specifically. You're going to be handling the audit driver qualification documents and drug and alcohol information for clients. You're going to identify discrepancies, work with client service specialists to obtain and or validate client information, maintain knowledge of local, state, and federal regulations, and maintain confidentiality under the FCRA, HIPAA, and other regulatory entities. So that's what you're doing. Those are the type of documents that you're, handling and coordinating. So if you're like, yeah, this is for me, Delilah, the apply now button is at the top right. And yes, you guessed it. We have a template for you. And if you guessed, should we use that administrative coordinator template again? Yes, you are absolutely correct. Now remember, even if you're applying for a ton of administrative roles, you're still going to make your tweaks. So you're not going to submit the same resume for that first job that I shared for this JJ Keller job. The thing that JJ Keller mentions is that, you're going to be handling a lot of documents, same stuff that's already on the resume template. But then, they also throw out FCRA, HIPAA compliance. If you have experience with any of that, you absolutely want to mention that. If you have experience with local, state, and federal regulations, that's something you would also want to put on your resume. And then if you have ever done anything like obtaining or validating client information where you're trying to make sure that there are no discrepancies, those are things that you could further tweak on that template to make it clear I am the perfect fit for this role. So again, you can try it out for just $1 during our 7-day try before you buy trial. As soon as you sign up, we're going to send you your email with your login. You're going to know how to use the software because we send you a second email where you can watch the tutorials, and they only take a few minutes. Those are located in my Teachable School, and we always support you. We are in the support desk 7 days a week, and you can always email us. That's that third email we'll send you, a link to our support desk in case you ever need to get in touch with us. So we take care of you, okay? So let's move on to the third hot lead. The third hot lead comes from another new to this channel company called Shake Shack. All right, if you're hungry, Shake Shack got you covered. All right, I've actually never been to Shake Shack, so I couldn't tell you if it's really good, but the burger that I think I would want to eat, and don't laugh at me, y'all, I probably would just want to go with this one. The plain old cheeseburger and patty. Like, you can't go wrong. I like to do all that super extra stuff sometimes. This one looks good too. The Shake Burger, the Shack Burger. Oh yeah, I could do this one too. I'm not sure what kind of sauce that is, but that looks pretty good. Anyway, they are currently hiring. And if you're not familiar with them, which, I'd heard of them, but I'd never, been there, tried them, seen them before in person. This is a large company, huge, 10,000 plus employees, and they have really great reviews. So that is awesome. And they're based out of New York. Now, the hot lead that I'm going to share is for their operations services coordinator position. They literally just posted this. It's a full-time role, and this is available 100% remote in the US. So we know that for a fact. Now, again, just hitting the highlights because I have another hot lead to share with y'all, believe it or not. They are looking for someone who has at least a high school diploma or your GED. If you have your bachelor's, that's awesome. And it says 1 to 3 years of work experience. And that's what they're looking for. And then they get into like the competencies. This is a cheat sheet for the skills that we would definitely want to put on a resume. And, they also offer really great benefits. So what are you doing in this role that's going to pay you $22.16 to $35.67? Oh yeah, we want to find out. Well, hitting the highlights, they let us know that the Operations Services Coordinator is primarily responsible for the organization and documentation of the company standard operating procedures. This role administers the LMS system, which I believe stands for Learning Management System or something very close to that, moderating LMS issues, troubleshooting errors, and organizing SOP content received from training design team into the LMS platform. The Ops Services Coordinator will coordinate project plans and communicate timelines across the restaurant excellence team. They will intake information from restaurants and coordinate projects and timeliness based on the feedback. Lastly, the Ops Services Coordinator supports managing updates to NSO planning documentation, tracking issues, resolutions, and communicating out updates. So based off of what they have here, it looks like your role is integrated with the training design team. So it looks like the coordination relates to getting employees trained. That's what I take from looking through this entire lead and the duties. Now, another thing that I want to mention, based off of what they told us here, this to me looks like they really need someone who crosses their T's and dots their I's. And from my understanding, they would probably be leaning towards someone who has more experience versus less. Sometimes you have the experience you need, even if you haven't been working for a long time, but it looks like based off of everything they list here, this role is a little bit more intensive, which is why they are paying more money in general. Okay. And that's my take on it. So if you're like, this is me, Delilah, okay, I'm a cross my T's, dot my I's person. This isn't my first rodeo. Then the apply now button is at the top left. And yes, okay, the same administrative coordinator resume template, but guess what? We want to make sure we include. I already told y'all, they gave us a cheat sheet, okay? These are some core competencies that they list. We need to make sure we have that when we customize our cover letter and resume. These are easy things for us to add that are going to help us, stand out, as well as, project management, okay? SOP repository experience if you have it. And then, of course, some of the other things that they mention if you have experience with it. Don't put anything you don't have experience with now, but if you have it, make sure you let them know. And it's so easy to do that when you customize your resume in the software, because remember, you're starting from a finished product. You're just going to go in, switch out some information, okay? And then boom, you're ready to download. Now let's move on to the fourth and final hot lead. You're like, this is never ending, Delilah, all these hot leads. Well, this is the last one, okay? And this one comes from a company called Ambry Genetics. This is a company I've shared many times on my channel. They are a biotech and pharmaceuticals company. They have 501 to 1,000 employees. People seem to love working here. Now, they are currently hiring for a customer service representative 1 position. This is also available US-wide. They just posted this, and the pay is $24 per hour. So yes, I'm giving you guys some high paying positions today. Go ahead and hit that like button. All right. Thank you in advance. Now, hitting the highlights. And so they let us know about the role. They say that the goal of the customer support representative 1 is to provide a high quality, efficient, and empathetic customer experience by providing frontline assistance to healthcare providers and their patients. So they let us know the specifics here and, typical stuff. You're going to have to do the front lines customer care. And they let us know that you need a high school diploma, previous experience in healthcare or clinical laboratory is very nice to have, and a copy of school transcripts or diploma is required for the employee file. So if you want to get your application in, the apply now button is at the top right. And yes, we have tons of templates and we can actually choose a different template for this one. Since this is a healthcare environment, I would likely go for the healthcare call center resume template. template. If you've never worked in healthcare before, but you have worked in call centers or customer service, then you could go for the customer service 1 or 2. And if you're like, I did data entry, because they mentioned they are looking for someone who has data entry experience, you could go for the data entry template and, customize it from there. But personally, I think the easiest customization path would be either customer service 1 or customer service 2 or the healthcare call center resume template. And you go from there. And of course, we've got you covered with the cover letters, okay? We have cover letters for all of these resume templates. So try out the software. I think you're going to love it. Get your application in ASAP for these hot leads. And you already know these are going to close fast. All right, there you guys have it. Those are the hot work from home opportunities. Remember to get your application in using the remote resume builder software. This is a software that has lots of templates just for these remote positions, okay? You don't have to do all this extra stuff. Just let the software do the heavy lifting for you. And it's only $1 to try out. Plus, if you decide to keep it, it's only $37 per month. That is a steal of a deal. You can't find anyone selling resumes and cover letters, one of each, for that price, let alone unlimited resumes and cover letters. So try out the software. And then of course, you already know, join Extra Leads Club. It's only $10 a month. You can try it out for just $1 during our 7-day try before you buy trial. This is a great way to get in more applications. Let us find the hot leads for you, especially if you don't have a lot of time. We look for the best of the best every single weekday and add it to the Extra Leads Club app. So instead of spending an hour on your computer looking for jobs, you can spend 30 minutes, and every minute is important, okay? You need to put that time towards your family, towards your passion projects, and you can still take care of business, and you're using the resource Extra Leads Club to do just that. And then next up on the resources list is the mega list of jobs. There are 600 plus companies on here that will hire you to work from home. We have the links to their careers page so that you can go there and apply safely and securely. And then lastly, if you need your home office set up, check out my Amazon storefront. Amazon has the best deals. You can get the whole hookup for under $200, and these computers work for 99% of companies out here. So check out my Amazon storefront, the mega list of jobs. Join Extra Leads Club for just $1 and get your application in for just $1 using the remote resume builder software. We make these resources for y'all, okay? Use these resources to make it easier to get hired. And thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope this has been helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.